Oh, my name is Rebekah Schulz, and you can see my title in the left-hand corner of the screen and further broken down into my diagram. So to begin, I'll draw your attention to the blue 1 at the top of the circle. We'll frame this presentation up with why we are talking about carbohydrates in the first place. Historically and to this day, carbohydrates have made up both the majority of agricultural commodity production and comprise 55% of our dietary intake in the US, according to N. Haynes. While there's been a vacillating degree of acceptance for carbohydrates in the US, carbohydrates are here to stay, and even more so, as we realize that in order to meet specific climate goals, we will need to increase plant consumption. Additionally, we know that what we eat is intrinsically linked to our health. So bottom line, carbohydrates matter. And if they matter, wouldn't the quality of these carbohydrates be of utmost importance? But before we get into defining what a quality carbohydrate is, let's talk about how we decide what a quality carbohydrate is first. We'll move to the right to the green 2, where you can see the contrasting siloed reductionist approach versus a holistic system approach. We're beginning to discover that things do not operate in isolation, but rather systems, and thus, as we position our fields and departments in a similar manner, meeting multidimensional problems with multidimensional solutions will maximize results and operate as the world actually exists. Okay, so now taking this systems lens with us, we'll move to the red 3 to define carbohydrate quality using this systems lens. Historically, the 4 metrics used for carbohydrate quality have been whole grain content, fiber, added sugar, and glycemic load/index. These metrics should continue to be included in a future definition given epidemiological studies linked to health outcomes. However, we argue that they should be incorporated using a standardized algorithm, as up until now, these metrics have been applied arbitrarily, yielding a non-holistic approach. From here, we'll move to the yellow 4 at the left hand of the circle, bringing these 4 metrics with us. But in lieu of systems thinking, we also need to think of broader concepts, such as sustainability, to include in a holistic definition of carbohydrate quality. How will our definition impact reference diets, agricultural production, and therefore our ability to reach goals such as the Paris Agreement? Thus, a sustainability metric is needed. Additionally, how the food is prepared matters just as much as what it contains. So including degree of processing, referring to ultra processing, and provided nutrients of concern as measures to consider. This brings us then to the center, which is at the heart of why we're doing all of this in the first place. As we've mentioned, as we create a comprehensive, holistic, systems-based lens to define carbohydrate quality, we will not only be impacting and improving human health, but also environmental sustainability, ensuring that those who come after us will have the resources they need to flourish and survive. Zooming out, you can see by this continuous circle that these things all operate in a relationship with each other, and we should too. Here's to future systems collaboration for maximum results for human health and environmental sustainability.